So I've asked myself that very question. How is it that someone who earns a degree but has no actual experience or people skills end up in this management position and they don't have all their. I'm not a yes person. I'm not just going to say yes and get it done. If I'm going to be able to, yes, I can. And this is what has to happen in order to make this happen, and then go right. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder: is it better to be book smart, common sense smart, street smart, emotionally intelligent? I feel like you have to have all of it.
Yeah, I think certain degrees of each one, maybe, I think, yeah, certain exposure to certain things. When you're in school, people usually like get jobs or they volunteer, so then get that like in-person type, that work experience. And so you build it that way. Yeah, it's interesting. I think a little bit of everything. And especially it depends who your mentors are creating the environment. So I think I sent you a podcast on YouTube. It was about Sharon. He's the CEO of Acquisition. I was really into his story because listen to his story. It's really good. And he's the only child of his parents.
Nice.
He'll talk about his first time here in the States when he was in college. And yeah, so it's, yeah, he's very, what do you call it? It made him resilient. But anyway, that was a really good one.
I listened to it while I run today. I was listening to another podcast while I was running yesterday.
Yeah, that was really good. And also, he said when he started making money, his lifestyle has not changed. You know how people make more money, their lifestyle increase, right? Just people spend more money on their lifestyle.
Yes.
He said no.
Yes.
He said, no, it hasn't changed in 14 years, but our net worth has 50x'd.
That's beautiful.
And then it said it gives his family optionality. So that could mean anything, like random things that come up. And I think that's the key too. So I thought, he's a billionaire. So I was like, wow, that's really encouraging. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I find myself listening to more people who have become millionaires, living billionaires, and entrepreneurs of different types of things. And I find myself going, all right, it's just, I have a tendency to focus on my shortcomings and instead of focusing on the things that I have accomplished. And I've been, yeah, like we're just talking and I said, oh, because I'm behind. You're like, not behind. And not, you're right. I'm not. Only my perspective is seeing that. And I've worked really diligent to work on reframing all. I don't know where this negative comes from. And I think that's something that I've been working on, trying to figure out, like, where did this negative
Have high expectations of
me?
yourself.
Extremely high expectation.
It's just what we make of it.
You have a buffet in the universe and you get to choose what. And I've been working so much on that, like making sure that I'm choosing what I want. So I almost didn't go to the gym yesterday because I wanted to go early in the morning, but I checked the crowd meter and there was too many people there. And so the next time I checked it, it's like it never moved. And I was like, fine, I'm just going to go because I was sitting down, putting my shoes on, and I was like, I don't even want to go. Right. I was fixing to just change and not go at all. And I heard you say, is that who you wanted to be? That you have to start doing the things of the person who you want to be. And I was like, you know what? The person that I am becoming would not skip the gym under no circumstance. No matter what time of the day they're going to the gym. They're going to make time to fit in that time, no matter what. And they're going to listen to a podcast while they do it instead of needing to, oh, I need to make sure that I do this particular workout. Just go do the workout and listen to something that's going to put in good to keep my mind in the right place. I do overcomplicate things unintentionally.
Because you're a perfectionist. You're like a recovering perfectionist.
Yes, recovering perfectionist / people pleaser.
Do I want to sleep in every day? Hell yeah, I want to sleep in. I don't want to wake up at 7, 6:50. Hell no.
Yeah.
But this kid, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Yep. It's hard dealing with your stuff. I'm not gonna lie. It's a emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
I've gone through it a lot in my 20s because a lot of things happened in my 20s. And I thought I would never get out of it, but I did notice when I did leave home at 24, I felt emotionally free because my dad was always fucking hovering, trying to control, making me feel bad because I don't know much about my car. But yeah, parents give you shit about shit. And it's just, so I'm never going to act like that to my child because we have to be teachers to our children. And we can't be
Yeah.
annoyed about it. You know what I mean? But we chose to
Mhm.
be parents. Honestly, we chose it.
Yeah.
Both our parents are not really good teachers. But they tell us to do things anyway.
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
It's amazing how much information is out there that until someone shares the information, you just don't know. Here's a good one. I didn't know the difference between a 401k and a Roth IRA and how they actually worked. And it's still, I'm not going to act like I know all the ins and outs because that's what financial advisors are for, because they know all the ins and outs. When someone asked me, and I noticed that I didn't learn about that until I was like 26, 27. And from the point that I learned and understood and knew how much you could invest in each year and everything, I started sharing it with my people that I knew that were younger than me, right? If you have 401k, that's great. But if you don't have a Roth IRA, then you should probably get one and then I would tell them the information that I knew.
The 401k is
$5,500 a
connected to your
year.
job, and then a Roth IRA is not. So you can
Yes.
create your own retirement.
And I didn't know all these things. So I would share them with the people that I knew that were younger than me that do this thing. This is a good way to save money. I used to save my income tax checks. I didn't spend them. I just acted like they never.
Like your refund checks, you know? Yeah.
I just saved them and built a savings. I wasn't getting that much. I didn't have it all year anyways. Why do I need it now?
Pretend it's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even just saving a few $1,000s to open up Vanguard or Fidelity or whatever. I wasn't taught that. Now we have apps like Acorn, and there's other investing apps where you can $5 a month, but you can invest in stocks. They have high yield savings, which is more
Way better than.
Yeah.
Open Bank right now was higher than Capital One. And when I opened my Capital One, they were 3.6 and they had dropped to, I want to say 2.9. But at one point in time, Open Bank was giving 4%.
pretty good.
Like I had been shuffling my money around like that. I even think like, oh, this one, let's move it over here. Because you got to keep up with these things.
Because we'll loan out your money anyway, so might as well just take it with you.
And why not go ahead and get the interest for the month?
But yeah. If you're not doing anything next spring, come for one of their birthdays.
I'd love to.
Yeah, it should be fun.
I would definitely be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there. You just tell me when, and like a month in advance, I can find my ticket.
Which should be fun.
Okay, this is the time we're gonna do the birthday. Okay, great. I find all my plane tickets. I'm letting you know I use what is that thing called?
Media?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you. That's exactly the one I use. And I've noticed whenever I booked my trip to Australia, I used Expedia, $2,300. And I had 12 weeks to go when I booked that plane ticket, I think. So it was like the beginning of September. We left in November. But it was round trip. But also, I didn't get like, what do we call them? I didn't get nosebleed seat. Like, I wasn't in first class, but I was like directly behind first class and good, really good prime seating. So $2,300 on a round trip ticket for one person. That's pretty good. And I did. I saw United Expedia. I looked at American. I looked at United. I looked at Delta. And on the way over there, United was the better. And on the way back, Delta was. And I will say this, my experience with Delta is, one, they broke my suitcase on a different flight at a different time, and they weren't very nice about that. They broke my suitcase. No big deal. I didn't love that suitcase anyway, so I got to get a new one. Then on the trip from Australia back to the States, freaking amazing service, like with Delta. They sound great.
It just depends on.
And I'm like, it's like nice.
I feel like
it really does depend on the crew. I think everybody has a hit and miss type thing, right? It just depends. Again, the numbers game, right? The more you do it, the more you get to see. And so, who did I fly with last time when I went to Italy? It was American Airlines, but it was actually British Airways is who the flight was with. And it was good. They were good. They were really good too. I think most of the things that was outside of America are great. My experience in Australia was amazing. My experience in Italy, it was great. Other than they're so
I think you're not used to the pace, and you
slow. I love this. I love the country, but I'm a city person. Like I noticed, like triangle is Houston, Austin, San Antonio. That's like my little triangle of Texas that I like to operate in. Like I said, I do like the country, but I prefer the city. I want to be at least 30 minutes away from things. If I have to go somewhere longer than 30 minutes, and I start getting antsy in the car, even though I can drive 10 hours, no problem. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in the car that long.
if you're not the one driving.
Especially when I'm not the one driving. I hate not being able to do it. And I don't want to break from driving.
It is controlled because my mother-in-law's the same way. She drives everywhere because she doesn't take planes. It's a control thing that she. Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm glad I
It's not
had
a
this
bad
thought.
thing. I mean, it's just you like control.
You know what? That is true. I like a good itinerary of how the day is gonna go, how what's planned, because we didn't have. There was no such thing as a plan growing up.
Yeah.
We just kind of, oh, by the way, this is what we're doing. Fly by the night, get there, not fly by the night, but everything was very chaotic growing up. So
having control was like the opposite of chaotic. You knew what to expect, type of things.
yeah,
I was that way too.
yeah. My mom's
I've
favorite
always been that
answer
way.
is,
Always had to be my way.
I learned this in counseling. The lady asked me one day when I was doing marriage counseling, do you want to be married or do you want to be right? And at that time, the answer was ridiculous, but it was true. I looked at her, I said, oh no, because if I'm right, we all need to acknowledge that that this is the right way and that this other thing was wrong. That's important to me. And she's like, but is being married more important than that? And I was like, it's important to acknowledge, and I would not just accept that. She's saying, look, you either get to be right or you get to be married. And my little brain could not understand the concept that's trying to get through to me.
Yeah. You get it now?
And I do now. I do now.
Yeah.
But phew, what was that? It's probably, I don't know, that's probably about 9 years ago, 10 years ago. And I'm like, wow, I was so stuck in that one thing.
Like, does it really matter? You know what I mean? Does it really matter that you are
Right?
okay? Yeah, I am right. And then what?
Yeah. What good came from that? Nothing. Yeah, it took me a while to get
It's hard.
I tell you what, I've learned it now. I've also even asked myself, is this even worth the energy I'm putting into it? To like, not necessarily marriage. Okay, is it really worth the energy of arguing with someone when I know that the person I'm arguing with wants to intentionally have a misunderstanding and wants to argue? No, this is wasted energy. Don't do that. It took me a while to get there, but I've learned. Just remove yourself from the situation is probably easier. That, and
Well,
you don't have to engage.
well, I think you can't, I don't know if that's the solution either, because it doesn't seem Because you're going to be in the situation, right? So then you got to deal with it. On. You can't just remove yourself and then the person be ignored.
That's true. That's fair.
I learned it.
Okay. In the instance, it's a person who wants to just argue or argue.
It's kind of like singles, right?
Or
like sometimes they just want acknowledgement that you know what they're saying and you understand what they're saying, even though you guys can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And I said that, and he was like, "I'm telling what I'm saying." Just to acknowledge and hear him. I understand why you're upset. That makes a sense. Whatever the case, right? So it's just kind of like being a woman, right? We don't want to be heard. We want to vent, right? But we don't want problem solved. We just want our voices to be heard.
Yeah.
We're not looking for a solution. We just want to be heard.
Right.
Here. It is always.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
It's not always about like who's wrong. Because that's right. I learned that the hard way too. So
yeah.
because we have our own ways. So.
Yes.
But it's hard to and really, I guess it's your guard down. I don't know the words for it, but like he's vocal when even though he's not talking.
It's good. It's good that, you know, sometimes I think if maybe I would have stayed in the theater classes, I would have been able to generate my energy a little bit better and learn how to manage it so that I wouldn't always be like, I was such a people pleaser though.
Where do you think
for a long time, I wanted approval from everybody.
Where do you think that came from?
That not transparent. It comes from being the child that.
Are you the middle child?
I am.
Yeah.
And I'm the middle child. And okay. The older one could do no matter. He made the AB honor roll.
What?
Yeah, never. One time. We hardly got it for years. Still to this day.
I made the honor roll every time. You just needed a 3.0.
And nobody talked about it. Expectation. Perform. And they're like, why are you doing this? You always have A's and B's. Why are you not now? But because I just wanted you to pay attention to me. And I knew that if I didn't get AB honor roll, then you would pay attention to me. You would have to. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I remember hearing her talk about
things that we do as children don't freaking matter as adults.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Like this, so my mom first became a grandma and they got pregnant with their first kid. The very first thing when my mom would say, "Oh my gosh, I'm a grandma," people would look at me and go, "Are you pregnant?" And I'm like, "No."
To you?
I'm not having a baby. Yeah.
Your brother, right?
Yes. It was my oldest brother. And I'm just like, ew. I love my grandmother. And this is what granny told me. I really thought that you were going to have a bunch of babies and just be a welfare case. I really did. I'm not surprised. You shocked me. My grandmother.
God.
I just thought you were going to
be what you got for me. Why would you even think that?
I just thought you were just going to be another welfare.
So you think
with a bunch of babies.
That's what you think.
That's in your brain unintentionally. That's how I interpret it. I just thought I was going to be a loser. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. I'm not mad. When I was younger, I was just like, wow, it's kind of harsh. Kind of harsh to think like that about your granddaughter, but okay. Look, this is what I've learned. I spent a good anywhere between 25 and 30 years trying to live up to be everything that everybody in my family expected.
Lord, that's exhausting.
It is. And it hasn't been until the last, I'm going to say, almost 8-9 years now that it all started with my divorce from Kyle in 2018. So when we separated, because we were getting divorced, that's when I started not giving much thought about what other people thought about me, because I've done everything that I possibly could to make
We're
everybody
still not good.
happy. And right, exactly,
So might as
exactly
well.
that.
So might as well live up to your own idea of what's good
Expectations.
instead of everybody else.
So,
Kiana.
and that's how I ended up joining She Sells, and that's how I found the courage to be like, I really hate this job. And now it's like, okay, get yourself in gear, forward motions only.
And you're always going to go through your soul journey along the way. It doesn't stop. But we got to keep going, you know? You need a job.
Yes. I need a job. I need to get myself together. I don't think that I'm not together. I should stop saying that, because it's almost like I don't.
Your own pace.
Yes. I like to speed it up.
Mine
That's
can't.
true. I said you're definitely the yin to my yang. Sometimes I feel like I don't see the other side until we talk. And it's not that I don't see the other side. It's like more clarity. It's clearer. I can understand better.
Well, because I'm a mom that's my surgeon right now, so that's why I could be the same thing. I need to do this. I need to do that. Well, can I do? No, I need right now for me. I just need to keep doing the role plays. I gotta attend the recordings. I gotta work on my mindset because I have the time. I do have support of my husband, so even though I do want to work, I can see that happening probably end of the year or next year, but I can't move fast. But even though I want to, I'm not going to fight it, right? No, I can still be aware of what jobs come in. I can see if maybe there's a weekend position available when it does come in. Yeah, like I was kind of like, and then we have our podcast, and then I'm trying to freaking work on this workbook. I just need to calm down. I'm doing a lot of things, so
You are.
calm down. Yeah.
When you send me the stuff that's, okay, you work on this, and then I go work. I feel so good when I'm doing it. Like, yes. And I'm learning things, and I feel like I'm smart in that moment. If I know what I'm doing, I know how to do it. It really puts a lot of.
And I was like, how can I make this easy for you? Right? Favorite play. With the time I have, it took was make forever, and I did all the editing and the shorts. I was like, so that's okay. Maybe I can upload it.
And then working on the TikTok, I'm like, yeah, I like this. This is nice. This is so fun.
Yeah. So
I get in the zone, and I'm just going.
just how then you're like more involved, and you can actually see the clips and see yourself.
Yeah. What week? There was a week that we basically were the same color. I was like, look at us now. It's fine.
Yeah, that was like
Oh.
the podcast before.
And I can't find my other glasses right now, so I'm having to wear these. I have to pick my prescription up from one place and then take the glasses and drop them off. But I had 2 pair, and I don't know where the other pair's at. So now I'm having to go back to these are my replacement. This is the replacements of the glasses I had right before. And then I've had these for a long time. They're my second favorite glasses. I'd like the smaller frames because I don't like, these were the smallest frames I could find at the time.
All that moaning and groaning. That's sleeping.
Yeah, just having to go to sleep. It's awesome, though. That's awesome the way he does that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he always fights me. It's so funny. He's a good sleeper, though. He sleeps through the night.
Yeah. I used to, when Stacy would lay down and go to sleep with a baby, I had to vacuum. Any baby that I ever babysat ever, as soon as they went to sleep, I started making noise. Because I had this one baby that I babysat. You better not even sneeze. It'll wake the baby up.
Yeah, he was pregnant, his brother.
Yeah.
So he's used to the TV on, doing the washing machine. He'll be asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my oldest
I never liked it.
because it was only him. It was only me and my husband, and so he was quiet. When I was pregnant, when I would take a nap, then be quiet. So then that's why.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better. I didn't have any friends that were having kids at the same time I was or similar. They already had like their children were already 8 or 6 or and I wasn't really close to them. And then we were the only grandkids on both sides, so no one has kids. I'm like, okay. No one's having kids. Not no one, but
At the time. Yeah.
yeah. And then when you're pregnant, you always see other women pregnant. And then when you're not pregnant, you don't see them pregnant. It's funny. It's funny.
Oh, whenever I was younger, before I had Stacy, I would avoid pregnant people. I don't know. No. Yes. Oh, I don't be around then. I might get pregnant.
Contagious, right?
It is. I used to bathe something in the water because, ironically, when I got pregnant, then all of a sudden there was like 5 other people pregnant. We were together for 12 years. We're married for 8. Yeah. No, can never make a pretty baby like that ever again because Stacy's dad. Oh, you'd have to have Stacy's dad to come out that as pretty as Stacy. I used to make half black, but on his mom's side they have Native American. So they have both sides of his family. They have Native American. My family has Native American on both sides, like our actual bloodline. Because, like I said, mom's adopted, and then Stacy's just she's brilliant. For me, Stacy's just so pretty. Like
Babies are always
even
babies are always pretty.
they have man, they really are. And then like now that she's grown, people have asked her, "Are you Brazilian? Are you Hawaiian?" Like she's like,
She said
no, she's black. Stacy's black.
technically her dad's
Yeah,
that's probably just easier
his dad was black.
than just
So it could be, right?
Yeah.
5 different ethnicities. But she's really pretty and she's really smart. So she has a lot going for her. I wish we were as close as we once were. And I know it's part of life, right? You have a kid, you're really close. They go to college,
someday.
they start figuring themselves out. Yeah.
maybe when you feel like
I love her and I'll always be here. But right now I'm just letting her grow. I'm just letting her grow and become who she wants to be without disturbing her peace. Because sometimes space is the best thing you can have.
maybe you need time to
Yeah.
figure yourself out, or she needs time to figure herself out.
It's a growing learning process. It's my first time on earth as a mother. It's my first time on earth as a mother.
First time.
Someone said that to me, and then you said it to me after someone else had said it to me, and it didn't really resonate until I heard you say it. It's your first time on earth. It's the first time. We're all human for the time being. We're just here. And I think because I've started looking at it from that perspective, like this is your first time. It's the first time being a mother, the first time.
And we're always trying to figuring stuff out, right? Like, there's no manual to be a human. So there's no manual to be a mom.
No, there's
Everyone's just doing their best.
yes. Here's a fun one. Have you seen the video with the mom? I believe she's Middle Eastern of some sort, but she bought a robot. She bought a robot, like an actual, like it's supposed to help her around the house. It's supposed to help with the son. And in this clip, she tells him, "You can't. What are you going to do whenever he needs help with his homework? Are you going to go take his test? No. Tell him, go do your homework." And so the answer is, and the robot gives the boy the answer. She's like, "No, don't tell him the answer. Tell him to go do his homework." And so then the robot was like, "I really don't want to be mean." And I was like, would you ever bring a robot into your house? And the first thing I thought was the Jetsons.
I would
This is definitely the
I
Jetsons.
would for the gardening and the cleaning. But other than childcare, no.
Nice. No.
Nothing.
How about just
But cleaning, yes. Wipe the floor, sweep, do my laundry, I would do it. Even the cooking it.
see the Jetsons? I'm telling you, they're automatically sleeping. The Jetsons.
And I think
something
enough
to assist
maybe for
case.
elderly, so they're not too lonely and they can
Oh, that would be good.
protection. They can help them with
Mhm.
protection, fighting off like robbers and shit. Because they'll,
Or if they fall and hurt themselves.
yeah, yeah. If it's safe enough, if
Yeah.
they can be programmed to be safe. But for children, no.
Right.
That's my job.
But they said not to give your, they did not give their children an iPad.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking, did he?
Was it iPod at the time or something? You don't want to give. Yeah.
No, never.
That's why some parents wait till their children are like 16 to get on social media or get on maybe a phone. I don't know. But yeah, so me and my husband talked about it. So we're gonna probably get him a self-embedded note even just with texting and calling features. But
Mhm.
yeah,
That would a
if he's maybe or something, because
no. And or you could talk.
he already has an iPad. He uses my husband's new computer to get on YouTube or like MSN game. No.
So this is something that I need to go shopping for Stacy's birthday stuff and Christmas stuff, right? And I didn't want to take her because I didn't want her to see all the gifts. Because in the past, when I had bought gifts for her Christmas and stuff, and she went Christmas shopping with me because I didn't ask anybody to help me because I was too prideful to ask for help. Whenever we were buying things that were for her, she'd say, "Who's this for?" I'm like, "Oh, that's for Angel. Oh, this is for Jasmine." And it's pretty much all the stuff she was asking for, but I was saying it was for some other kid. And she's like, "Oh, I hope I get that for Christmas," right? She just 3, 4, 5, and so it's no big deal. And as soon as I leave, my aunt it's like, "Stacy, you want a Pepsi?" And Stacy's like, "Oh no, I only drink water. Mama doesn't like me to have soda. It's bad for your teeth. It causes cavities." He's like, "Girl, get this Pepsi." And so she gives Stacy a whole can of Pepsi. And she's like, "Stacy, do you want snacks?" Stacy says, "Do you have something healthy?" And my hair's, "I have cookies." And she's like, "No, Mama don't want me to have food and this. Mama don't buy cookies. We only have healthy snacks. I can't have that." She's like, "Here, have 2, one for each hand." So my aunt says, "Stacy, do you want to watch TV? What do you like to watch?" And she said, "Oh no, Mama don't let me watch a lot of TV. It makes her brain dumb," she said. Stacy was like, "No, I don't need to watch TV." So my aunt finds, I don't know, whatever, and puts it on. So by the time I come back and I take her up, my aunt says, "Come here, I need to talk to you." I'm like, "Okay." So I go see what she wants, and she says, "Why are you telling this girl that TV makes her brain dumb? And why are you not letting her have cookies? You only give her healthy snacks." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what the dentist said. Just have healthy snacks." And that's what the doctor said. Don't have cookies and candy and chips. So I don't. I just have healthy snacks. She was like, "I gave her 2 cookies, one for each hand, and I gave her a whole Pepsi. And I let her watch TV the whole time she was here." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." She was like, "What made you tell her that TV makes your brain dumb?" I was like, "Because cartoons are not like they were when we were growing up. They actually have an actual story. Now it's just craziness. I don't watch cartoons. I don't let her watch SpongeBob SquarePants. Only 2 episodes that I ever considered letting her watch they were both bad. In one episode, they killed the health inspector, and they were trying to hide the body. And I'm like, "Oh my, I don't want her watching this." The second time, I was like, "Yeah, we'll just give it a go because all the kids are watching it." The second time, they were pretending that SpongeBob and Patrick were married, and they had a bunch of jellyfish, and Patrick wasn't helping SpongeBob. And I was just like, "Yeah, no, that never again, never again." And so that was like the final straw on SpongeBob. So Stacey never watched SpongeBob SquarePants. I never allowed it. I had friends who watched it,
The
like
voice
more
is
in high
just
school.
I never watched it.
It is very annoying. Me neither. I'd never get past it.
When I was growing up, we watched Looney Tunes. We watched
Nervous.
We watched X-Men.
Mm.
Watched Barney because we
Mhm.
were sitting.
Yes. I love Barney.
I love lamb chops.
Whoa, lamb.
Lamb chop?
I do.
Okay, stop.
Some people.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
I do
was
love him.
more like
Do you remember Captain Kangaroo?
No. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't. I watched Captain Kangaroo and Looney Tunes. Everybody watched Looney Tunes. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yes. All I ever wanted to do was be Full House growing up. I just wanted to have that life. I wish I would have had a better.
What are you looking to figure out?
Yeah, one house happy where there's consequences, but you can actually do no wrong, no matter how much wrong you did. For the longest time, I wanted a Hallmark life. It is.
It's peaceful.
Yeah. But if I really had the Hallmark life, would I really want the Hallmark life movie?
Of course.
Life? No. I'd be bored in tears. I don't know.
You'll complain. Why is everybody so nice?
Yeah, everyone gets along all the time. There's never no drama. No. Actually, I freaking avoid drama like the plague. I really do. That's where, when I was young, anytime there was a problem, I would just kindly disappear because I don't want to deal with this. I know it is to solve the problem. I know.
That's why I said
I know.
the answer, because you're gonna have to deal with it again. It's gonna come up again. So
Okay, so you know how we talked about last week? Why is the healed person always the one who is the problem? So for me, I wasn't causing any problems, but somehow I was the problem. And so that's why I would just like kindly leave because I didn't like all the. It became clear to me probably when I was, I don't know, 25, maybe. I was probably about 25. That in order, I would rather have peace, even if that meant that I had to remove myself away from my immediate family because I just don't like all the yelling and the fighting and all the drama.
So that's their problem, not necessarily your problem. Because how it's sad to say that how your mom or whoever were the elders thought that was okay.
My number one most hated thing was, I'm like, no, because he's so mean to me. And they're like, oh, because he loves you. That's why he treats you that way.
Abuse?
No. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's so fucking twisted.
It is. And for the longest time, but that was an excuse to allow the behavior. Oh, he only does that because he loves you. So growing up, I thought for a very long time, and here's the fun part of this. 6 years ago, it finally surfaced all the way to the top, and I realized this is a problem for me that I need to work through. Because for the longest time, if my ex-husband didn't fight with me or yell at me, that was a problem because you're not even engaging. But the men that were, other than my grandfather, that were prominent in my life, yelled at me,
And the women
or made me feel bad. And because of that, I felt like if you're not yelling at me, then you obviously don't care. How messed up is that?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It's like, this is what I've heard, like domestic violence partners, like, because they're so used to their nervous system being activated like that. And when they go somewhere else, it's not activated. So they want to go back to the thing that activates it because they don't know what to do with themselves when things are quiet and calm.
Yeah. That's a true story. That
it makes sense, is what I'm saying. And I get it.
Yeah, it's really, since I left Georgia, the past 2 years have been very emotionally, right? But that very thing that you said, I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Because for the first time in a very long time, there's nothing to keep me in a heightened sense of what's going to happen next. Oh my gosh, is there going to be a reaction? It's just nice and calm.
And you don't know what to do with yourself.
I spent 2 years after Stacey went to college alone. And not like alone, but like I lived alone, right? And there was a season of loss. So in that time, it was like a little bit blurred, and I wasn't really paying attention to everything as much as stuff that I had going on. It was really strange now looking back. But even in that, there was so much going on that I never. It's like I've just been running a marathon for so long, and now that it's finally calm and peaceful, my nervous system doesn't know what to do. Yeah. And so it's just been a process. It's just been a long process.
So I fucking hate trauma. Sometimes
No, I realize that I don't either. I like, because I like things to be like smooth, and because I hate conflict so much, I really am the one to be able to just be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem." And I would hold back anything, where now I'm just like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. Where before I would have never even been able to say, that's not going to work for me. And I don't feel guilty when I say no anymore either. I used to
people get offensive.
would.
I just want to see the baby. And then I have a good sense of people.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I need to trust myself and with it.
Yes.
Your body knows. Sure, people. More do it. You got to take care of you. Set your own boundaries. Like, you could say no very nicely.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Just being able to say no was just a first thing for me. Now, not so much, but
Easier.
being able to just, yes.
Just say no. Thanks.
Well,
that doesn't.
here's the, yeah. And before, when I would say that, I'm like, oh, so then I'd feel guilty because I said no. Now,
Why do you feel guilty?
now I know that
Because you're supposed to
in the
please
past,
everybody?
because I was a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Yes, because in the past I was a people pleaser. I'm more a fun people pleaser now.
I was a person pleaser for my dad. Yeah. For him, I thought, if I'm good to him, now will be good to me. What? Not, it was like an agenda, because but like, I thought he would live with us, like when I had kids, just to that he could see his grandkids grow too and just help me. But it didn't end up that way. He's raising other person's grandchildren. It's because he gets something out of it. That's it.
Yeah.
He lives at her place.
Yeah.
And he's a handyman type, but he has no sense of himself.
Yeah.
He lies a lot. I'm just, I don't want to be with liars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather you just be honest with me up front, and I can deal with it, and then I could like improve and work on things like that. But it's funny because it's like I've had friends in the past, like forward to friends. One
Mhm.
girl was like, "I just don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear it," because she was. This was like what, maybe over 15 years ago. Like, I was working at Targeting. She was sleeping with a coworker.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, I brought her home, right? I brought her home, or I gave her a ride, and she's, I just don't want to hear. I wasn't even gonna say anything. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was like, say, like, just, do I really give off that vibe? Huh? I was a lot younger. I was in my 20s, but maybe I did because I really had a moral compass sometime, even though,
No.
you know what I mean? I wouldn't say never, but yeah, I made mistakes too, right? But it's just like, I don't want to hear. I'm like, what was I going to say? You're just assuming that I was just going to say. But I guess I'm known for to be like, I guess people would call it judgy. But it's just me being honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I was told I was very blunt when I was younger. Like, you're so blunt. I'm like, okay. I never thought it was.
People like sugarcoat a lot. I'm like, why sugarcoat it? I feel like it's being too fake. I don't know.
When I was younger, I didn't have the ability to think, like, I didn't know. I just said whatever came to my mind. Boom. This is it. Right? If someone's being a crybaby, but don't be such a crybaby. Today, I would say it's all about choices. It was a choice. That was the choice that you made. Here's a good one. I told someone this week, you don't get to play the victim. You chose to do that. That was the choice. You didn't have to do it, but that's what you chose to do. So now you have to deal with the consequences that come with that choice. Don't act like, oh, well, it's my fault. No, it is your fault because you chose that. No, I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to hear no more about this until you can accept responsibility for what you chose. You didn't have to do it. You chose it. And they were like, oh, I can't believe you said, oh, for me. And I was like, no, I'm not listening anymore. You don't get to play the victim. And I said it so politely. As a matter of fact, I said, you don't get to play the victim. I don't know all the details. The story has changed from when you first started telling me what actually happened to what is now occurring. Ultimately, you had a choice, you chose, and now these are your consequences. I don't want to hear it no more until you accept responsibility for your actions.
Good for you, Gray.
And I would have never said that a year ago to anybody. I'd have been like, oh, yeah, that's tough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you.
A friend?
And I did. Yes. And I would just been in agreement 100% with whatever nonsense they were saying.
See, that's you
But-
being a Swiss Army knife friend. So that's you being a real friend.
That was not right. When I said it the other day, I know I was being a good friend. And at first they were upset, right? Oh, but it's not. I was like, so we stopped talking for the day. It's not like I have to go. I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, okay. And then after a couple of days, they're like, look, you're right. I'm sorry I was trying to make you feel bad and feel sorry for me. I know it is my fault. I did make the choice. And you're right. I need to accept that accountability. And I was like, oh, great for me for finally saying the thing I needed to say. No. And then I didn't feel bad no more. Because at first when they were like, I have to go, I'm done talking. I was like, oh, I felt bad. Well, I wasn't trying to upset them. I'm sick of hearing this story where they're saying it's not your fault, but it is.
Exactly. When they loop it over and over again, it's like, stop complaining or stop repeating yourself.
And who are you convincing? It's not.
Yeah.
You're trying to convince yourself.
Probably themselves. Themselves is always themselves.
And that's another thing. I try to stay focused. And maybe this is not a great thing, but I've been working on myself so much that I unintentionally, when I hear things, I try to line myself up into this. Like, how am I dealing with this? How am I working on this? How am I adjusting in these areas? Like, how am I working on mindset? How am I trying to keep myself on
Sometimes it could be
target?
messy. And maybe you can just allow yourself to have it be messy because sometimes it's messy. It doesn't have to be perfect.
I know. I am perfectionist for being a middle child. I really have started to go on that. I don't really know how to break up with it.
I feel like I'm the first child. So I feel like I'm the oldest, to be honest.
I can understand that. Be thankful there's no one underneath of you because then you'd really feel like the oldest.
Yeah. It would have been nice to have another sibling. Someone not crazy. Someone like more like me.
You and your younger
My mom says, we used to.
You and your younger brother?
We used to be like this. He got married. He got a wife.
How's his life?
He got a wife, and I haven't seen him since August 2020. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah, my niece turned 4 that year. I haven't seen him since then. I don't know all the details of everything that goes on with them, but there was something happened, and then I didn't do what they wanted me to do, and then I didn't see them anymore. But I'm not sad about that. I didn't take a job working for them when they wanted me to, and I'm sorry.
You didn't take
I am all for family businesses. I really am. Given you have the right dynamic in your family, I don't believe that dynamic was right for me because the conversation we had, me and the wife, the conversation we had, me and my brother, there was never a conversation for all 3 of us. We're present at the same time, having the same conversation. So I couldn't. Also, I don't want my family in charge of my finances because it's their business. At any minute, they can yank the job away.
They're like, oh, Grace didn't do this, so I'm not going to pay her.
Exactly.
Or like, she didn't do it this way.
And I'm
Yeah.
and like I'm the opposite. I would be like, hey, I want it done like this, do it like this. But also I would have had a contract or something. I don't know. I didn't take the job. I'm certain it was for the right reason.
Yeah.
And after I didn't take the job, then
Speak to you. That's pretty much it. And so,
And so I just kind of,
just imagine yourself just working for them, and then it would have been the same. You'll probably end up jobless because of whatever.
I did something. I didn't do it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are.
And then my
just
mom
like
told me
this.
recently.
Your mom?
Yeah. So, yeah, my mom was telling me recently
What?
that she said, I don't know why, referring to my older brother, I don't know why he always tries to build strife and everything. I said, Mom, look, he doesn't like me. And that's fine. I love my brothers, both of them, no matter how much they hate me, I love them both, or how much they don't like me, whatever the case is. I said, this is what you need to tell people. And this is something I recently learned. And I learned it at Camp Numa. I heard another mother say it to her teenage daughter. And I really wish I would have had this little jewel in my pocket when I was parenting a teenager. The teenager calls, hey, Mom, blah, 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 I can't remember, whatever. And the lady said, I need you to manage your expectations. I already had things that I was doing today, and I told you I didn't know how long it was going to take me. I've actually used that quite a few times with other people. Maybe not those exact words, but it's basically what it is. No, I can't do that for you. Maybe if you need help later, I'll be able to come help you when I have time. Without saying, you need to manage your expectations.
I can't do that right now. I just saying, I can't do that right now. I'm doing other things. I can't just drop everything. Yeah.
That's for real. I love my mom and my brother.
Yeah. I mean,
They have that relationship.
yeah. If she ever watches this, I'm like, sorry, but you created this
No,
environment.
she knows.
This environment where he can treat her like that, talk to her like that, and expect her to drop everything. It's hard because as their children, we do everything for them. We want to protect them. But then, like I said before, I said, is it really healthy for you to be there to do everything? Moms and parents, dads need to say no to their children. They need to hear it.
Yes.
They need to hear it because they need to learn rejection so they can manage their emotion, and then they can be self-sufficient.
So that's something I had said. One thing my daughter told me, one of the things that I did as a parent, I would say, why did you do this? What were you thinking when you did this? And if she couldn't tell me, if the only answer was, I don't know, it's okay. They need to go think about it. Go to your room.
Yeah, you
put a timer on.
Yeah.
And then, like that's my number one. She told me that was because it helped her learn.
Like what her motivations were, why she actually did the thing, not just be like, yeah.
That, and my other favorite one was to ask, if you were the parent and your child was doing this, what would the consequences be? She said that was the worst question ever, because I would make her think about, but I get you were the mom of overstimulated.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to come up with punish.
Also, it makes her think.
When it really was.
It kind of makes her empathize with you too, because it's like the decisions that you have to make. They're not easy, right? So is there like,
one of my most favorite encounters that we had was kids just do things so they're curious and not really sure they want to see what's going to happen.
They're just experimenting.
Okay. Like the shower, in the bathroom where you have the towel hangers hanging. She would want to hang on that all the time. And I would tell her, you can't hang on this. It's going to break it. Don't do this.
Oh, she hangs on it.
So one day
it broke.
She hung on it and she broke it. As long as you did all your little chores, I'd give you a commission, right? So she earned her little money. And I really didn't want to yell and I didn't want to spank her. And it really wasn't a big deal, but I was just upset because I told you not to do this? And I asked her what happened. I knew she was lying because kids, when they're stupid, they lie.
They lie.
She said, all I did was hang the towel up and then it fell. And I said, Stacy, no, that's not what happened. And she was so sincere. And I said, okay, so you were hanging on it and you broke it, right? She finally was like, yes. And I said, you have a choice. You can get a spanking and you can be grounded, or you can use your own money and you can pay for it and you can fix it. This girl said, let's go. Let's go to Lowe's, Mama. I'll pay for it. And this is like a little kid. It was only like $10. It wasn't all her money.
Like,
But
teaches her like
it taught her one of the most valuable lessons she ever learned, she told me. Because one, I didn't yell and I didn't spank her. She wasn't grounded. She knew she wasn't supposed to be doing it. Then it cost her money, her own money. And then I made her come help me patch the wall before we could put the thing back. And so she also learned how to make a patch.
yeah.
And she was like, she said, I was really afraid you were going to spank me. And I was like, I don't even like to spank. To me, that's the worst punishment ever, spankings. This is so dumb. I don't know who came up with spanking. Dude, there was the one point in time I was just doing anything and everything. Oh, I'm getting a spanking. At least I'm getting some attention. I didn't care. I was
didn't think
main
about it that
focus,
way.
even if I wasn't getting a whooping. I was all messed up and yeah.
All right.
She mostly did the spanking. Drove up.
Your mom?
Yeah.
First generation, yeah. Her parents.
I think our parents always looked. It wasn't like this though. Like anybody could whoop us. Anybody could whoop us. The neighbor down the street, if we was acting a fool, could whoop us and then go down. We get another whooping. It's just, it was always, that's just what it was. And I think because I grew up that way, I would say that whenever Stacey would go stay the night. But even Stacey would say, but the mom doesn't whoop me. And I really didn't. There was a couple of them, but not me. And I wouldn't say that. Okay, she's here with you. If she does anything that's too much, if you need a whooper. If you would be like, what? Oh, like, worst case scenario, if someone else gives your kid a whooping, they must have been doing something really bad for a whooping. Where's your mother? I'm gonna go telling you because I know your mom's not gonna let you act like that. I know your mom. And the people, the kids who just look at me like, what? It's really, oh, Ariane.
Yeah.
I do miss that. I miss neighborhood kids. They're all grown now, though. They're not even in the neighborhood no more. They're all grown. Yeah, they do grow up fast.
You can go to the gym.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's time.
Let me stop.
Yep. Okay.